What's going on, everybody? Today I am exploring a section of Eglin Air Force Base's wildlife reservation. If you can hear a jet above me, that's why I'm on Eglin Air Force Base's property. Exploring a little section of this reservation. The section that I'm exploring today is called the Roberts Pond section. So let's see what we can find. The very first road that I took off of the main drag brought me down to this really pretty creek. Check it out. This water is crystal clear. There's a bunch of little fish in here too. I don't know if you can see them or not, but really cool. So just driving down the road here, this is the main road coming through here, and found this wild hog dead on the side of the road. He's had better days. Just came up on a sign here that says Roberts Pond, so I guess that's the direction I'm going to go. Would you look at that? That sign did, in fact, take me down to Roberts Pond. So let's check it out. Here it is, Roberts Pond. We made it. It's a pretty cool pond. The water is crystal clear. We got a spillway kind of in the center on the one side of it here. It's a pretty good sized pond. It goes back for a ways. Should have brought a fishing rod. I'll bet you this area that I'm standing in right now gets snaky as a motherfucker when it's warm out. Also seeing a whole bunch of these. I guess there's some sort of anthill or something. I don't know. I'm guessing an anthill, but they're all over the place out here. I guess this is a great spot to stop and have some lunch. It is a beautiful, probably 75 degrees out here, which is awesome for the middle of December. I just made it down to a little area that's marked as Horse Branch on the map. I've been seeing a lot of stuff like this. I'd imagine when it's wet, these things would be flowing pretty good. But check this thing out. Been seeing a lot of deer prints out here. You can hear that booming in the background. Like I said, I'm on an Air Force base. Yeah, I'd imagine this would be a great place for deer to come down and get some water. It's very pretty out here. something that's important for you to know is that you do have to have a permit to be out here. You do not have to be military or anything like that to get the permit. You can go online. I'll put a link down in the description of where you can go to get the permit. It's an annual recreation / fishing permit that you are required to have if you're going to be out here recreating in any way. If you're going to be hunting, obviously there are other permits that you need depending on what type of hunting that you're going to be doing. Right now, it is actually like a really kind of weird week in between all of the hunting seasons. So I've seen some hunters out here. I'd imagine they're just looking for signs of life, but there's no hunting going on today. Normally during hunting season, I try not to be out here unless it's like midday when nobody's hunting. I'm really not trying to anybody's hunt up. Also, there are closed areas on this reservation. If you download the map on Avenza, I'll put a link to get to that as well. They update it every year. You want to get the most up-to-date one, but there are areas that are always closed out here, and they may or may not have a gate across them. I've come across many roads I could have went down and ended up in a lot of trouble. That's the last thing in the world you want to do. So there are areas that are always closed out here you need to stay out of, but furthermore, there are daily closures, and there is a place to get a map. I'll put a link to that as well. That has all of the forecasted daily closures. Usually they'll publish them 2 to 3 days out, and you'll get a pretty good idea of the forecasted closures. But pretty much every day, I don't think I've ever seen a day that there was not at least one little section that was closed. So you have to pay attention to that, because areas that are normally open could be closed on any given day. So that's very important to pay attention to, because you could get yourself in a lot of trouble. Ignorance is definitely no excuse out here. You could get yourself in a world of trouble. So I went down all the roads that I was able to. The only roads that I didn't go down here in this Roberts Pond area were either so overgrown that they were totally impassable, or they were closed. They had a barricade across them, so obviously wasn't gonna try to get down any of those roads. They were closed for a reason, but it was really fun. I got to see some pretty cool stuff that I didn't really expect to get to see. It's a pretty diverse ecosystem out here, not just the pine forest that most people would think that it is, even though it is mostly a pine forest. But it's really cool. I think it's really cool that the Air Force allows civilians to come out here with a very reasonably priced annual permit and recreate on this land and hunt, fish, all that fun stuff. If you're ever in the area, this base is totally worth checking out if you're into riding around in the woods and doing some mild off-roading. But if you do come out here, do us all a favor, play by the rules, don't fuck it up for the rest of us.